And just take a deep breath through your nose. And out through your mouth. So we could spend our lives, in our minds thinking of what's next. Just nice to be here in the present moment. When you're faced with birth and death at the same time, it's like not what you expect. I guess I'd never felt that pain before. I spent a lot of my life living in the future, all the past, and just not being present with myself. And I was always chasing something, always trying to achieve. Meditation brought me back to that present moment, and when grief and loss really comes over me, I let it, and I let the emotions flow. In September 2017, I was 9 months pregnant with my first baby, and my baby boy was growing really well and everything was going well until one moment where I started to realize I couldn't remember the last time I could feel him kick. And I went to the hospital because I was kind of worried, and they were sorry, his heart stopped. And in that moment, my life kind of flipped upside down because, because it was at the end of pregnancy, I obviously had all the rooms set up. I had all these clothes ready. We were so ready to be parents. In the hospital, we had to plan his funeral. And because my husband's Scottish, we had a little kilt for him. So he wore that. That was his final outfit. And I got to walk out of the hospital with him in my arms. So the funeral directors picked us up and I got to hold him the whole time until we got to his funeral. So yeah, that was really special for me. I think not many people get that. He just allowed me to feel my emotions. He allowed me to be in touch with my heart and actually feel pure love. I started writing. I wrote a blog every day for a year, and I wrote a book to help other families going through loss. And I had this full drive inside of me because I had all this motherly love that I couldn't give Hamish, and I just thought, if I can give it to the world and try to help other parents that have gone through something similar, that'll help me, with my, yeah. I think it's really important if you know someone that's lost a baby to ask them about them, even though that baby isn't here anymore. If they've got a name, I love saying Hamish's name and talking about him, and they were still a person, even though they didn't make it and they didn't get to live out their life. They're still part of a family, and I think it's just asking the question and not being afraid to just let them, open it and just say how are you feeling? Obviously it's 7 years, so I've had time to heal, and time does help heal, but the grief's always there, and I'll never look at life the same, and I'm grateful for him.